Hey y'all, from Spindle Mountain Mercantile, I am Heather. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are learning to make bows, and we will start with the bow I use most often. Hey everyone, I was thinking you might want a bow tutorial. I mean, it's bow making season, am I right? We're going to start with a wide ribbon that is the same color on both sides. It doesn't have a pattern, so it doesn't matter which side is on the outside of the loops. This is pretty wide. I'd say it's 2.5 inches, 2 inches. It doesn't say that I can see it. Maybe you can see it. Anyway, it's that big, okay? All right, so we're gonna start by laying it down and figuring out how big we want our tail to be. And this part where it was tucked under on the roll, I don't want to see that, so I'm just going to cut that off. I hate wasting, but that's ugly, and I could iron it and it's still going to come back. That's my experience anyway. Maybe if I got it wet, but I don't want to do all that. All right, so I figure about this long for the tail, and then I'm going to go a little bit longer, because if I make a mistake, I'd rather have enough to cut off than not enough to make longer. Then you decide how big you want your loops to be. And this is going to be a pretty big bow, so we're going to start with a pretty big loop. So I'm just going to gather this first part together at the top of the tail, and I'm going to bring it back over like this, and this is loop number 1. And I'm going to do the same thing and gather it between my thumb and my finger and hold it just like this. The next one I want to be the same size, so I'm going to bring it back over and pinch it again, and I want to make sure these are the same size. So now listen, if you pull them up to make sure they're the same size, that's all well and good, but if you go over here, they're not. If you go over here, they're not. So you want to make sure you're right in the middle. I really like to just eyeball it. I'm a better measurer by eyeballing. I just am. It's just the way I is. For the next loop, number 3, we're just going to make it a little bit smaller than this one. And it's going to go down. Then the other side will naturally go up. And we're going to make this one the same size as number 3. That was number 3, right? Yeah, and it's number 4. Pull them right up in the middle, and it's going to be just a little bit smaller than the one below it. And we're going to gather again. Do another one. This ribbon is wired. I want this to be the same length as the second and third ones. And because it's wired, it's so much easier to work with when you're done. It's so easy to make it look like a pretty bow. Now we're going to make number 6 the same way. Number 7 is going to be just a little bit smaller than the last 4. Same with loop number 8. And we're going to go for it. We're going to do 9 and 10 the same size as 7 and 8. Now look, my tail comes this direction, and I could end this just like this and make the tail go that direction, but look, this is just a huge mess, right? So we need to cover that up. So we're going to take the last of this ribbon above where the tail will be, and we're going to loop it back one time. But instead of stopping here, we're going to go back all the way over and then pinch it. So it leaves this fun little loop right in the middle, and it covers up all that ugly part. This is floral wire. I just get it at Dollar Tree, and it goes by gauge. So gauge is how thick it is. And this is probably about medium, I would say. This size works on just about anything in my experience. So I'm just putting it right through this loop, and I'm going to bring it around. Now, this part's important. I want it to be right in the middle. If I go a little bit too far over here, look how big these loops are compared to those. So you want to try to find the middle. My first 2 loops meet. I think that looks good. I'm going to use my vice grips. They pinch really tight up here and they lock. Then you push this lever to unlock them. And I'm going to put it right here. You don't want to be way close down to the ribbon. You want to come up just a little way because you want to give it a space to twist. If you don't, it'll break. So we're going to keep going. I've already twisted it once with my hand. So we're going to do about 4, maybe 5 twists. I like using wire because it makes this big bulky area quite small and easy to work with. Now you can leave your wire long, and then when you have something to attach it to, you can wrap it around like this. I like to wrap it twice, so I go around the back and then twist it back to the front again, and then I twist it on itself and I tuck it into the folds of the fabric, and that way somebody won't poke themselves with it. Also, if you're working with a floral arrangement, you can just twist these together and that'll make them a little bit more sturdy, and you can push them right down into your styrofoam. I'm going to leave them long because I don't know what I'm doing. You can also cut them off really short and then attach your bow with its own fabric or another piece of fabric. Now for the fun part, I'm going to make it all poofy. You just straighten out the ribbons. I kind of hold the middle here and then I pull up and kind of out. First I try to get the bow loops the shape they're supposed to be, and then I put them in the place I want them to be. Got this fabric at Amazon. I'll leave a link for it. If you buy something from Amazon by using my link to get there, they will give me a small compensation, but they won't make your price higher. I don't make much from it. I do try to find the best deals, and I always try to tell you also if there's a better deal someplace else. So make sure you look around when you go in there. Always, check other companies. There are small businesses that sell on Amazon too. There we go. Here's my bow. Ta-da! Essentially, bow number 2 is the same bow I made in the first project. The difference is this ribbon is see-through and it's not as wide. I wanted you to see the difference in making a shorter loop and in making a different number of loops. The wider your ribbon is, the bigger your loops can be. I'm just going to speed this up pretty fast so you can see it. If you want to slow down and look at any particular part, on your YouTube video, you can just go to that area and stop it, and there's a place someplace, I don't know where, but you can slow it down on your end. But we're just going to skip through it pretty quick, just so you can get a different idea. I'd love if in the comments you let me know if you like it when I speed up a video, or would you rather I just leave the whole thing in there? It just seemed kind of long. Anyway, here's bow number 2. Row number 3. If you're going to use a big ribbon, you don't have to make as many loops, and you can make them smaller and kind of get the same effect. Now with ribbon that is one-sided, there's a twist, and I mean that literally. So I'm going to start by putting this ribbon with the pretty side down and figure out how long I want the tail to be. And then I'm going to add a little bit just in case I make a mistake. And I'm going to go right above this guy's head. So I'm going to pinch this, gather it, and pinch it between my finger and my thumb. And then we'll make the loop come over the top. And I'm going to make these a little bit smaller and show you we can kind of get the same fullness with just a wider ribbon and fewer loops. I hope it works. So I made my first loop. I need to make the second loop to match it. So here's the trick. You have to take the part that's coming back around and twist it. That way the pretty side is on the outside when you come back and gather more between your thumb and your finger. And I think those are about the same size. Now I want you to know something. Okay, so here it is, right? If you twist it clockwise, it's going to go down. If you twist it counterclockwise, it's going to go up. It doesn't really matter which one you do, but when you get used to making these a lot, like I have, you'll notice it more. And I like to go up first or down, and then when I come to the other side, I like to do the opposite. So this one will go up and this one will go down. This ribbon is so pretty. So there's 2, and I'm going to do one more, and now this one has to go down. So I'm twisting it clockwise and bringing it back. And these, I am making the same length as the second 2. So I've got the first ones that are just a little bit longer, and the second 2, these 2 are a little bit smaller. And I'm doing this one the other direction, so it will go up, and I'm going to make it the same size as the second and third bows, as the one on the other side. You know what I'm saying, right? Oh, please tell me you do. And now we're going to twist it and make the Heidi bow, Heidi loop, the little loop that hides the mess, right in the middle. That's a pretty good size loop. And then I'm just going to cut this down here somewhere, not on a toy soldier. So for this one, we could do the same thing and put the wire through it, or we can take another piece of the same ribbon and put it through. And this is a little more bulky. This works better with smaller ribbon, but I do like to do this on, it just depends on what I'm making. Make it kind of long-ish. And we're going to tie it around, just like you do when you're tying your shoelaces, and pull it tight. Continue with that same piece. Make sure the pretty side's on the outside. We're going to make it go around the item, cross over itself, and come back to the front, where we can tie it again. Don't know how long I want this. That's why I left it like that. Okay, now we have it tied on, but I loosened it up a little bit, and I'm going to go back. So this is where I wrapped the ribbon around, and I'm just making sure that it is spread out on the back. And this is really good when you have something like, if you're putting a Christmas tree in something and you have a big gap and you need to cover it up with something, you can do it with this piece of fabric that you tied your bow with. Now we're just going to make the bow look pretty. So I've got the middle part, right? And then I'm going to make these 4 loops like an X, and then this one will go straight across the back. I don't like how these are upside down, so if I was making something for myself, I would do this with wire instead of this fabric, and I would cut it right here, and then I would take this piece around and glue it up here. Okay, so I took this fabric out that I tied it with, and we're back to the part where we would put the wire through it. I prefer mine with the wire. It really makes this bulky part small, and it's easier to manipulate. And there's another reason I'll show you. I love these because they catch, and then you have to release them with this little lever. All right, so let's get that in there to hide if we can. And we're going to twist it. Okay, so we're just going to leave that on. Now, look at the tails. Perfect upside down. So we're going to go way up here, right above where the wire is, and we're just going to cut that off. Now we're going to take it around this way. I'm going to glue it right onto the other tail. So let's make this a little bit flat. All right. So I'm going to glue it right here. Now we're going to gather it up a little bit as we put it down, and it's going to go the opposite direction as this one, okay? Yay. Woo, it's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. Don't burn yourself. They sell those little finger protectors at Dollar Tree, and I highly recommend you use them. All right. Now we can fluff up the bow. Where's my long pieces? Those look a little bit lopsided, don't they? This one looks a bit longer, but that's okay. We can hide it. I'm telling you, this wired ribbon, it hides all the bad things. If I did this over, I would pay a little more attention to where their heads are. I mean, it looks great still, and people are going to be looking down here at the tails, but I like how this one is and this one where you can see their heads. So I probably, actually, you know what? I wonder if I can twist this. Oh, I can. Look at there. You can twist it so you can see his head. Now, the more twisting you do, the bulkier it's going to be. Just a little warning. That's why we have that pretty little loop in the middle to cover up all that, right? Yeah. So there's bow making 101. The Heather way. The Spindle Mountain Mercantile style. Wow, that was a poem. Bow number 4 with some smaller ribbon that is just fabric ribbon with no wire. It's going to be pretty much the same way, but this one's going to have, it's going to be like how you would tie maybe a shoelace, but a little bit of a fancier twist. So I've got my long tail, and I made my first loop. I want my second loop to be the same size, but first I have to twist it so that the pretty side is on the outside. I'm going to eyeball it, and I'll bring it up. That's about the same. All right, now we're going to make the little loop that covers the center. It's just going to be little. Just a little guy. Just a little feller. I don't know what I'm going to wire it to. This is just a bow tutorial to show you how to make bows. That's all. Is that right? Those look a little wonky, don't they? Don't really have to worry about shape right now, just size, so they're the same size. And we're going to twist this again. You can get these pliers at any hardware store. We get most of our tools at Harbor Freight. I have occasionally found good deals on Amazon, and then sometimes Lowe's and Home Depot will have good prices too. Called vice grips, and you can get them in all different sizes. I like these little ones, and they also have this wire cutter that's very convenient, but mine's not very sharp. So I cut it, and then I have to just kind of pull it off. With good wire clippers, it'll just pop right off. All right, so now this one is going to be a little bit hard to straighten it out. I'm just going to find something, paintbrush end, to put in there and kind of pull that back out and make it look a little bit more smooth and flat. And y'all, if you can't get it really to look good, you can put a drop of glue in there and make it fit wherever you want. Now these I'm going to slant, and I like to make my slants so that the point is on the inside towards each other. That's a pretty little bow. Bow number 5. I'm gonna make one more bow. I got this, I think I got this at a thrift store. This is actual floral ribbon. It's plastic with velvet. So now the problem with this is, don't do this if this is your first time making bows, because you can't, once you bend this and twist it, that's it. It's always going to look all wrinkled, and it's hard to get, you can't iron it, it'll melt. So practice with the other stuff first. There's some schmutz on there. All right, I'm just going to make a simple bow for this one, but I want it to have very long tails. I'm going to pinch it, and I'm actually going to twist it right here so that this is how the tail looks from the front. Now, this is on the outside. I don't want this to be very big. I want this to be like you would see at the top of a tree, and maybe the tails would hang down the sides of the tree. So I gathered that. Now, I'm trying to make sure that the plastic doesn't show. You twist it so that the pretty side is on the outside, and make the same size bow. About the same size, right? Yeah, okay. And now we have to cover up our mess. So we're going to twist it, all of it, and make a loop. And make sure that the velvet is facing forward. And then we're going to cut it down here. Again, we're using floral wire. We're just going to put it through the loop. About right in the middle of the wire. And this one, I'm not going to do my normal thing where I just grab everything and smush it together to do the wire. I'm going to try not to do that because, again, this fabric is very wrinkly. Easily wrinkled. So we don't want that. I'm just going to twist it with my fingers about 4 times. And that's really it. Now, when I put this on my tree or whatever I do with it, I would adjust it there. And what I would want is, I want these to come out like this. And this loop to be right in the middle. And I might end up gluing it just to make it look like that. It's like a bow from the back of a little girl's dress. And I am going to do the duck feet again, because I do like those duck feet. And you can make that smaller. Here, I'll show you here. You can make it so it's not quite as dramatic if you don't do a very big angle. So here's the difference. But guess which one I like, of course. Yep, I like a big angle. So that's what we're gonna do. Even with this, don't bend it too much because it will hold that shape. They're one's a little bit longer than the other, but until I get it on top of whatever I want it on, I'm okay with that. I'm so pleased with how this turned out, and I can't wait to find the perfect object to put it on. So did you have a favorite? I use a lot of different bows for different projects, so it's not really a matter of which one I like best for me. It's more of which one is better suited for the object on which I'm working. I've been making these since I was in high school. It's like the one craft thing that I've always felt like, oh, okay, I can do this. I don't know a lot of other bows, and I've had issues making those. I hope what was in my head trying to come out in an explanation was easy for you to understand. Please tell me in the comments if there's any other kind of tutorial you might want me to try to show you how to make it. My videos haven't been getting out there a lot lately. I don't know, maybe it's just the season. If you guys could like and comment and subscribe, and most importantly, share my content on your other social media, I'd so appreciate it. I started this channel because I want to help people who don't think they are creative understand that even if they make mistakes, they can make something beautiful that brings their heart joy, and I want to help more people find that. Until you see me next time, I hope you have a wonderful week, and as always, I hope you are blessed. Bye.